And welcome to Tac-Com episode 4 of season 2, everybody. So, the reason why there's only 2 of us here today, for right now, is Sshow will be here in just a little bit, maybe about 10 or so minutes, because he has work as well. I myself just got back from work to do some of this. And also, Chaps had a power outage, so I don't know exactly when he'll be on. He said he'll text me, but for right now I have got no text. Okay. But so it's just going to be me, my Dodger, and Parasidian.
The coolest member of the group.
Coolest member.
Yes.
Coolest member. Of course.
You see me swatting at something. There's a mosquito in my room. I just saw him fly by my face. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and of course I just did that. Sorry. Okay, so what we are going to do, as you see in the middle of the screen, our topics is the opposite of what last stream was. Is about Gears of War 4. And we'll talk about what we expect from the campaign, what we want in versus, what we don't want in versus, basically the good, bad, and the ugly of what we want, and extras like, let's say, Horde. Heck, maybe even theater mode. I just got a text. Let's see if Chaps got anything. That's not Chaps. Never mind.
Also, got to talk about a lot of the Ultimate Edition stuff that just was released. You know, I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, and we'll talk about that too. Yeah. Let me just do something real quick. So Chaps, what did you think about?
I am Chaps. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You've ruined it. You've ruined the stream. Everyone leave. Leave
sorry,
now.
I've been just so rushed. Okay.
He's
sorry.
ruined it.
Sid, what did you think about the Gears of War panel at Comic-Con? We'll start with that.
I've watched only a bit of it. I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
You've only watched a bit.
I know. Shocker.
What has this world come to?
I've had a lot to deal with. So, I haven't watched it. I plan on watching it. I've heard the details of what was announced. Essentially, mostly, the bundle, and then they showed the chopper crash cutscene,
Which was awesome.
Some stuff. So I plan on watching it later, but I know the gist of what happened.
Yeah.
Essentially, go ahead.
What I kind of saw that a lot of people are kind of questioning is Rod was given a question and asked, hey, will PC players be able to play with console players in versus and stuff like that? And he said that he can't answer that. And I think that's kind of, I don't think that will ever happen. I just don't see it happening. Because PC players have an inherent, advantage because it's a lot easier to click on somebody's head than it is to, use your right thumbstick.
I remember this being brought up before. I can't remember where it was. It might have been the forums, or it was on Twitter. But I remember someone from the coalition saying that there wasn't going to be crossplay, but I might be wrong.
Yeah,
that's what I remember. Anyways, it doesn't really bother me. I'm okay if it isn't. If there isn't crossplay, if there is crossplay. It doesn't matter to me, essentially. My buddy's getting it on PC. I'm getting it on Xbox One. So,
Yeah. Oop. And I lost something. Oh no.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's what the hell is going on? Sorry, everyone. Chaps, are you still with us? No, Sid, goddammit. Sorry.
I'm here. Now, at least. Okay. Yes?
There you go.
Yes. Okay, cool. I'm back.
No, stop going to scene freaking 1. Okay. There we go. Don't know what happened.
But yeah, as I was saying, it doesn't matter to me. I'm okay with it either way.
Okay. Well, since we don't have Sshow here, I guess we can start with the campaign stuff. So, does freaking Chaps put Gears of War Ultimate Edition stuff in here? So with Gears of War 4, I think there's 2 main theories, I guess, at least in my eyes. One is after Gears 3, and the other is right after the Hammer of Dawn counteroffensive or sometime before Gears 1, just simply due to the weather. Because, I mean, either way, like, that weather could be native to Sarah. It may not be, but it seemed very extreme, as like almost artificial, almost like Adam Phoenix's Maelstrom device. Or did he make the Maelstrom device?
I'm pretty sure it was him. But I don't remember who specifically created it. I think it was him. Anyways, like, to me, it just looks like a regular like hurricane, except
there's a tornado.
Well, like tornado, except it's also like combined with like a lightning storm. That's what it looks like.
It was
personally,
it was a Category 5 tornado on steroids.
Well, the wind flare. I don't know. Personally, I think it is something like just a reoccurring thing, like razor hail. Like, we already know that they got meant.
Was that before? Did they have razor hail in the Pendulum Wars or anything? Because razor hail could be another thing from the Hammer of Dawn counteroffensive. Because that happened in Gears 2, which was 15 years after, or 14 years after the Hammer of Dawn counteroffensive. So they could have named it then.
I don't think it's ever mentioned when it happened. I personally think it's a naturally occurring thing, but it's possible.
Yeah. Sarah just has some very bad weather. Wouldn't want to live there. Yeah.
I don't think they ever mentioned when it actually happened. Like when it started. I think it's a naturally occurring phenomenon. Like, they also have like those huge like dust storms and stuff we saw. So you never know.
Yeah, and then so we didn't see any locusts, at least that we know of. I mean, that the Pouncer might be another locust creature. It might be a native creature that isn't part of the locust horde. But so strictly campaign, not multiplayer, but like strictly campaign. What are the odds that you think that the locusts that we know, like humanoid locusts, are going to be in the campaign in Gears 4?
I don't know. I generally don't know. Personally, my opinion on the Pouncer is that, like, I don't some of you guys think I know stuff. I know some things which I can't talk about, but on this particular point, I genuinely don't know. Like, all I know is that, like, the Pouncer, it looks to me like some sort of like a ticker or like a corpse, like it's a creature that lives on the planet. I don't know. I think it's just like a natural like wildlife kind of thing. Like, it's not part of any like faction. I think it's just an animal.
Yeah, and plus it doesn't have any artificial armor or plating or like even a saddle or something like that.
It does have plating, but it looks natural. It looks
natural,
like armadillo style plates. Like, that's what it kind of looks like.
Dude, what if they could go into a little ball and roll at you? It would be like the armored ticker.
Oh my god!
I love 10 the armored ticker. Bigger, but 10 times bigger and
if
more
they had
deadly.
The armored ticker, that'd be perfect for ticker ball. It's
Hell
just
yeah!
But anyways, like, also, I personally think that in the scene before we see the Pouncer, I think that the little sacks and stuff like that, like the little pods that JD and Kate find, I think those are like probably like more Pouncers. Like, that's how they're like, you know, birthed kind of thing. You know, it could be just like more of the creatures, because we see later on that there's like a pack of them, like there's multiple pouncers later on. So it's safe to assume that they would hunt in packs, because there's like 4 of them at that one point. And like if those attacks contain like their young and stuff like that, then that would make sense that why they're so like aggressive towards Kate and JD, since they're really close to like, you know, where they're like, I don't know, hatch.
Their nest.
It's not an egg. Yeah, their nest. Yeah, that.
Basically, yeah.
So that might be that. That's kind of my theory that I'm going on, but I don't know.
Speaking of like, let's like if that was their nest and what happened like during the gameplay there, do you think that flashlight will be toggable, or will there be more scenes like that where you basically can't see anything other than what your flashlight is showing?
I like the gimmick. I like the idea that like if you choose to touch it, then your flashlight's gone, kind of thing. Like I don't know if it was a scripted scene or not. I personally think that if and again, I don't even know if this might be just like a stage demo kind of thing. Like this scene might not even be in the game for all we know. It could be just like made just for the announcement and that's it. Or it could be heavily retooled later, because remember, Gears 3, we saw the Anvil Gate scene at E3, and there was huge changes made to that when it came to night. Like it was in the E3 trailer, it was daytime. There were more Lambage forces, and then there was also there were silverbacks that closed the door on the gate. Whereas in the retail version, nighttime, there were less Lambage forces. Especially like there's that one scene, if you watch the trailer for E3, that once you clear out all the enemies in like the crashed zone, like where the vehicles crashed, and you're making your way back to the fort, there's a stalk that comes out, and then one of the drudges is birthed, and then it's attacked a couple times, and it mutates into like its final version where it has like the stalk head and the long arms. And then a savage boomer runs up to attack it, and there's an animation where the drudge just picks up the boomer and rips it in half. That never made it into the final game, which I personally thought that was a little disappointing, because that was so cool. And then finally, instead of the silverbacks, it's just kind of like a mechanism that closes the gate. So
are you sure? I still remember the silverback. Wait,
no, there were no silverbacks in the final retail. It was just a gate, like little like machine thing that closed it. It was kind of boring. You can believe me on that. I know.
Well, they still have the animation of like if you go up to a drudge with like his arms and stuff like that, he will actually pick you up and rip you apart. Yeah,
but I just like the idea of like, because that was like one of like the big like things where it's like, oh shit, Lambent, you know, kind of thing.
Like
where the Lambent was supposed to be the Lambent was supposed to be essentially scarier than the Locust, and this was supposed to show that. But they got rid of it, which I don't know why. Well, maybe it wasn't feasible at the time. Maybe it wasn't feasible for the level. But
like the Lambent Berserker, definitely fits that category, being more scarier than its Locust counterpart.
But so the scene. So we don't know. Like, there's not that much we can actually get from the campaign demo we saw.
Yeah. Do you think that if they take a different route than Locust, just strictly campaign, do you think like is that good for variety? Because let's say if Halo, with Halo 5 coming out, what if there was no flood and it was just always Covenant and stuff like that? That grows stale in a bit,
That's true.
So do you think that this, like, if it's not Locust and it's opening up for variety, is that good for the Gears of War series?
My personal opinion on this, and this is just like me speculating, I wouldn't mind, like, I love the Locust, a lot of people love them, and a lot of people will be upset if they aren't in the next installment due to like whole like Locust Origins things and like conflicting origins. Like, people don't like the idea that the one theory is that the Locusts are like mutated humans, and they don't like that idea, and they believe that like since the Adam Phoenix's machine like wiped them out, then that confirms that theory. So they don't like that.
But hold on, I think Sshow is online now. Hold on. Add people. Yeah, keep going. It's just
Anyways,
they won't be able to show you.
So yeah, I personally would not mind that. Like, if they had locusts in the campaign, I'll be happy. I love the locusts. If they find a way to, like, you know, bring them, like, write it off so they bring them back, if it's a good way, I'll be happy. If they end up not keeping them and instead, like, I don't know, bringing some, I don't know about like another, like, party. Like, I never liked the idea of aliens kind of thing. Like, a lot of people were like, "Oh, locusts are aliens," or let's bring in something like because essentially, like, bring in some other alien thing to attack them. I don't like that. My personal hope is that we get that the locusts somehow do survive and they write it off that, I don't know, something. If the locusts are back, I'll be happy. And then if we also get to fight, say, depending on when it's set, we maybe get to fight some humans or something like that. Like,
True.
we already know that they're also, like, they were like the Grozny and all that. They did not like the Cog even afterwards. Like, and only a few of them near the end of our story end up being like, okay, you know, you guys helped us, and we're gonna help you, kind of thing. So they end up being friends, but there still could be factions of people that are against the Cog, and there's definitely a bunch of Stranded that hate them. So, you know, you get a large enough organization of Stranded together against the Cog. There's another enemy right there for you. It all depends on, like if the hammer strikes hit everything, which I don't believe. I think there's still like large pockets of, like, humanity still scattered around the planet, and it's just never shown. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of ridiculous to think that, oh, it was just Jacinto that survived. You know, I don't think so. I think we'll see more. So personally, to end it, I think it'll be good to have some variety. You know, I wouldn't mind fighting maybe some locusts, maybe fighting some, like, human enemies, like that kind of stuff. It all depends.
Okay. No, still don't have them. Do you have a show on your contact list that you can add to the call? Because I can't. Well, hold on. Let me just. Okay, I'm gonna.
No, I don't.
Come on, I should have. Oh my gosh. Dang it, Sshow, you gotta be on time this time. Oh, maybe that worked. Come on, go to my call. Dude, I can't go back to the. There it is. No, it's just, don't have Nick. God dang it. Sorry, everyone. You just sent me a request. Oh, yeah. Accept. There we go. Okay.
Well, okay. While we're waiting,
Yes,
another
please.
topic that essentially it flows in from the last one is we all know that on JD's armor there is a different logo than the regular COG logo. It's a COG with a different symbol in the middle.
Yeah, Ssshwo's here. Okay. Alright. Hey, you're in the middle, Sid.
So, yeah, continuing. So, the symbol looks... Well, a lot of people guessed that it was like a phoenix of some sort or a bird. And we saw from pictures that Rob was wearing at Comic-Con that he was wearing a shirt with that exact same logo on it, a much clearer shirt. And it clearly looks like a phoenix or some sort of bird.
Yeah.
On top of that, there was a tweet from one of the people getting like a tattoo. Like, as they were doing the Gears Inc. thing. And one of the people got a tattoo, and then they called it the Phoenix Omen. And like the official Gears Twitter like retweeted the picture and everything. So, you know, the fact that it's the person actually called it a Phoenix Omen, you know, it's kind of telling of stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it hints at stuff.
And now I've lost both of your
It's okay.
your pictures.
I'm not important.
I'm still here. I think can you still see me? I still see you.
I've lost both of your pictures.
Oh boy.
It's okay. I got a handsome picture of myself over there. It's fine.
Well, aren't you special?
I don't think I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the 714 notes. Okay. So I'm guessing we are.
Still?
Yeah. Can they hear us?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so we got through all that. What about? Oh, so he had an actual shirt, and we got a close up on it, and it actually looked like a phoenix.
Well, it definitely looks like a bird. It's definitely a bird symbol. And then with the other tweet from the one person who was getting the Gears inked, in the tweet itself, it was like hashtag Phoenix Omen. Is what it said, and then the whole and like
it
the
said,
picture.
hold on. Sshwo, can you mute your computer?
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah.
And then it
Thank you.
And then it was like retweeted by the official Gears like Twitter. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't get you guys on the screen. Well, we're just gonna have to roll with this for now. Alright, well, welcome, Sshow, to the stream again.
It's gonna kick me out of the chat. I have a feeling.
Kick that chat. Boo, yeah, boo me, yeah.
It's gonna kick me out of the chat. I can just tell.
But, yeah, so we're here to talk about, campaign and versus and any extras for Gears of War 4 right now, and then we'll go back to Gears Ultimate if we still have time, and if the stream is still going, the raids. I don't know what's going on right now.
We're dying.
Dying! But, yeah, so Sshow, what do you think the Gears of War, like, based on the demo, like, what are your expectations of the campaign for Gears of War 4? Sshow? Is Sshow? Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Alright. To be honest, I've had a hard time, like, really trying to think of what's actually going on. I mean, I'm not sure what you guys talked about, entirely, but, like, I mean, are those creatures they were fighting, are they locusts? Are they lambent? Like, how far into the future is this, if it is indeed in the future? Which, I think it is, but you never really know for sure. I heard you guys talking about the symbol. I haven't actually seen that yet, but I've heard people talking about it. If that's the case, you got to think, Marcus became some kind of leader in whatever organization or government they have. But, like I said, the real question is, what exactly is the enemy? Like, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
And then, it's kind of, for me, I could theorize. I mean, I'd like to believe they're locusts. I think that, if it's all lambent, for me, that's not what I want to see personally.
Yeah.
I like the locust versus humans aspect. I kind of said it last time, but I almost felt like the lambent thing was like a cop-out, almost kind of like ripping off Halo to a degree.
Yeah,
If
I mean,
makes sense.
some unbeatable parasite that infects planets, and it can only be beaten by a doomsday weapon.
Yeah.
And it started attacking the enemy first, so like the Covenant, and then the Locust. So.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's like, we we thought we killed all the locusts, but I guess we didn't. Like it sounds kind of cheesy, but like I'd be okay with it. You know, just keep that going.
Yeah. All right, well, what about versus? I mean, definitely locust, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
humans versus locust. Yeah.
I'll admit I never really thought like the human versus human thing was that bad. I understand why people didn't like it, but
yeah,
that wasn't like a huge issue for me. But you know, it's better. It is better that way.
Well, to be fair,
I mean, it was an unnecessary issue. That's what I think.
To be fair, I also think it was more of the fact that it was cog versus cog. That was the problem. Like people didn't like having like the red versus blue thing. Like, oh, like because on your team it's like, oh, I got Marcus, I got the cog, but then you're also fighting against Marcus and Baird, and it's like this is weird. You know, I thought if they had like maybe like if they did like cog versus UIR, I think people wouldn't have had a bigger issue with that because at least in that sense it was like different, like literally different like armies fighting each other.
Yeah,
where instead of like just like clones.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I mean, I just I probably don't look at multiplayer the way most people look at it. I'm just I'm concerned about balance and this, that, and the other thing.
Which I am not.
Yeah. So well, I mean, I get it.
Isle P Hive, or I don't know what his name is. He asked a question: how about scientists recreate the locust species to fight for them or something, and then I guess something goes wrong. So it's like some locust hybrid type of stuff. Because I mean, we see the locusts die and stuff, but I'm pretty like their bodies might remain.
Like which scientist? It's like no one left.
Yeah, that's right. Because they say that Baird is the smartest one behind Adam Phoenix, and now Adam Phoenix has been turned to dust, basically.
Well, like essentially the thing is like Prescott had all like the most important scientists and stuff that left. Flown to Azura, and then they all got killed.
Yeah, they all died.
I don't know. Possibly, like there were a couple, there were a couple of people, like like Baird, but Baird's more of a mechanic. He's not a scientist, so he's smart. He knows the locust stuff, but I don't think he could like re-engineer a locust. Like that's beyond his capabilities.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple other like scientists, like there's a couple doctors and stuff, but there's no one like significant enough that it could do that. What was his name? There was another scientist, which Stanley Polanski, the guy who he created like the monitor system for the jackbots.
We just lost Sshow. No, Sshow.
Anyway, he created the monitor system for the jackbots. And he's pretty smart, and last we checked, he was still alive because he wasn't flown to Azura. So I don't know, but I don't think that could work out.
Get rid of this egg. Get out of here.
Best stream
ever. Like get out of here, freaking stream.
You.
So now Sid says thanks. Get rid of this fucking. Oh my gosh! Stupid ad.
This is the greatest stream
ever
I've ever been on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Why does it do that? Why can't it just whatever? Hold on. Now it's bring it back. No, it's still there. Why does it do that?
Just gonna drink some stuff.
Just drink some stuff. Alright, hold on. Whoop. Whoop. Hop. Hop. Whoa! Hey, turn on your mic. Oh my gosh. And now Chaps comes out of nowhere. Hold on. I had this turn. Stop eating your mic. That's how loud you are.
Is that better?
Probably not.
Can you hear me?
Alright, so we got. Hold on. Let's get everyone in here. Okay, so we got. Okay, see Sshow. Sid thing is coming up. Oh, I see Sid now. Okay, so we got everyone in now. So Chaps' power outage is no longer affecting him.
Oh, he's in?
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
Wait, can you guys see me at all? I don't think my...
No, hey Chaps, just... Yeah, hold on. Brandon can't experience video call because their device doesn't support it. That's what it says.
Okay. So maybe I'll just be audio for now. I'm working on fixing my computer.
It's very loud.
Yeah, try to speak very, very softly.
Can you... I'm moving my mic. Is it still loud?
Softly. Go into the soft night.
Is it still loud?
Seemed a little better there.
I've got my mic up above my head right now.
Whoop. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I choked.
This is the best stream ever. Alright. And then we're gonna get... Oh, see, since
Ooh.
Chaps isn't in the video right
Dodge it.
now, everyone's gonna be off a little bit.
I might have the video. My computer just started working.
Your computer just started working, so how can you talk with us?
I'm on my phone.
It is always the armor ticker's fault. So we're just gonna wait on...
An armor ticker could be a problem.
Well, no, well, when you guys weren't here yet, we just thought of, like, what if the Pouncer could... Because he has, like, armadillo type of armor on his back and stuff. Like, what if he can roll up into a ball? So he's like an armor ticker times 10 without the explosiveness. He'll just eat you.
Hey, Dodger, give me 1 second. I'll be right back in.
Alright.
I might...
Then
may have
again, he
fixed
is
it.
called the Pouncer, so I don't think he'll roll.
He rolls, and then he jumps out and pounces you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, is that confirmed? It's called the
No.
Pouncer?
Yeah, it's confirmed it's the Pouncer.
Oh. I see Chaps' thing loading.
Yeah, it's thinking
All right.
about it.
Well, let's go. I think Sid will probably have the best opinion on this. Do you think, because you know, like how the whole crest on JD's thing is like the phoenix and stuff like that, so JD could be a descendant of Marcus Phoenix. So, and we're guessing Marcus Phoenix is a pretty cool guy. He's not a douche. He's not going to leave Anya. So, is Anya really infertile? Because that's kind of what we were told in the books and stuff.
Like, I guess, like, the first, like, assumption is, like, that JD is a descendant of a cast member, main character. Most people are thinking either Baird or Marcus. And, like, the thing is, like, they've already played up the whole, like, Anya and Marcus love story this whole series. And for them to get rid of that, like, if for some way that JD is Marcus's son, and it's with another woman, I would be disappointed.
Yeah, I'd be really disappointed.
Because, like, what was the point of the whole Anya story and everything if they're just going to get rid of her kind of thing?
Yeah. Now, what do you think about... Well, no, they can't do it.
Well,
Never
the thing about her infertility is it's mentioned twice. Once by Baird as a kind of like off comment kind of thing. It's not like he doesn't like say that she can't have kids. Like he's kind of being like a little cocky when he's talking to Bernie in the book, and so he's just kind of like spouting stuff off. So that could have been just an offhand comment, like, you know, not much backing to it. But then later on in the Slab book, which takes place before Baird makes his comment, Adam has this whole like monologue where he's thinking to himself. He's like what he's done to Marcus and like how Marcus grew up and stuff like that, and that like apparently like Adam put in the idea that Marcus, like, since he's like, you know, rich and like from a powerful family, that he shouldn't go knocking up some like some whore or some girl, and so he feels that he drove Marcus into like the arms of Anya, who he calls infertile.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. It's so far from what we know. The two characters have stated that it might be possible that she isn't, and people just believe she is. Like, I'm pretty sure there's that common theory that, oh, maybe like because Hoffman was good friends with Anya's mom, that maybe he kind of like fudged the paperwork a little bit, And instead of having to send like Anya to like the breeding farms like most women were sent to, he kind of fudged it and said that, oh, she's infertile, so to give her like, so she wouldn't have to do that, and instead give her like a job at command. But we don't know. It's kind of all speculation right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, chaps, get your computer to work. I had this huge thing on the, you know, hi guys, hi, you can barely see, you can just see my eyes.
That's an interesting theory though about Hoffman messing with Anya's paperwork or whatever. Maybe just try to keep her away from that because, you know, he knew they were together or whatever.
And just because of like how declarated like Helena was, and how Helena and like Hoffman were friends and stuff like that, and like how much respect he had for her. So it all depends. We don't have that much information to go on right now. We'll just have to wait and see if that's the case. But then again, like some people have been saying, like, oh, JD could be Baird and Sam's kid. Like, you know, we don't know. It's just all speculation up to this point.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just JD.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was like Adam's like middle name or something. It could.
Adam's middle name is Jonathan.
Yeah, so it could be like Jonathan Dominic Phoenix or something like that.
Well, like
Okay.
if he is like if they end up doing the whole like he is somehow Anya was able to have kids and this is Marcus's kid, like you gotta believe that Marcus would name his kid Dominic, like somewhere in there. Like,
Yeah, without a doubt.
like that.
Hey.
And considering
Hey, the whole gang's here now.
What an
considering
entrance.
like in 3 he lost 2 of the most important people to him.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it's totally
Yeah.
believable that it could be like Jonathan Dominic Phoenix or something like that. But again, that's just more just like speculation than anything.
wait, hold on. He lost the 3 most important people. Wait, who was?
2. Sorry,
Oh,
his dad.
and basically what? A time frame of 3 days or something? Because Mercy happened. Then the next day was Char.
it was essentially 3 days.
3 or 4 days. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
That's a rough 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, especially since there's there's no downtime except for maybe the sub part where there's like, because it says like the next day, so they had like a good at least 12 hours of just riding in the sub before that mission happens.
Because we see also like in Aftermath, we see like it's morning where they're leaving for Mercy, and Baird and Cole go to Halvo, and then we see playing Aftermath that like it's Cole and Baird, and it becomes nighttime, and then the next morning they like contact Anya after they like find the ship, and that's the point of the game in Gears 3 where they just find the sub.
Yeah.
So it's the next day essentially. So yeah.
That's a lot of time to dwell on basically your best friend for, was it 18, 17 plus years? Because right now, because his best friend before was Carlos, really.
Well, yeah.
I mean, both brothers were like his best friend and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it did go Carlos, then Dom, essentially back then, and then after Carlos died, like he and Dom became way more close, and now Marcus and Dom.
Yeah.
Carlos for a multiplayer character, but not before Patrick Sultan.
Patrick Sultan, do it.
Seriously, can be badass. I guess we can do because since we're still on the topic of campaign and stuff like that, we can dwell a little bit into the Ultimate Edition, like our new information came out. So in Gears 1, the original, there was 30 contacts. You picked them up. They were cool. You got an achievement and stuff like that. But now they're gonna be little a page, right? It's just 1 page per contact.
Well, I remember
it's 1
it being.
page per contact.
I remember it being 1 page, but
they're pieces of a comic. Now, is that going to be a new comic, or is it going to be, because it doesn't tie into Gears 4? That Ron confirmed that during the panel. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Is it going to be more backstory, or is it going to be a current comic?
like I can. I'm just gonna open it because I got some. So for information wise, to add some more information to this conversation.
Sweet.
So when I was at the Coalition, and I got my hands on with the campaign of Ultimate Edition.
Still
like,
jealous.
I found like I did pick up cog tags because you know you got to. So and then it did say it was like a page was unlocked, but from what the information we're getting, like it's saying there's one achievement for reading a certain amount of comics or whatever, and it says comics, not pages.
I think Rod said there were 4.
So yeah, and if you look online, like I have all the comics, digital and hardcover. Each comic roughly 20 pages, 22 pages, and I'm pretty sure there's only like 33 cog tags in the game. So I don't know how how they're gonna unlock it. Maybe collecting cog tags is one of the ways, and there's other ways to do it as well, or you unlock more for each cog tag. It's not really clear on how that's working. But one other thing that I do know is that if you look on the G Reader achievement, it shows artwork from one of the standalone comics, Gears of War Unseen, which is the comic that features Hoffman, Pad, Baz, all those guys during the Pendulum Wars as they try to go and destroy this like communications tower that the UIR have. So that's a comic we already have that's out. So I guess it's good. Like we can assume that's one of the comics that we get.
That'd be nice.
I think he said there's 4 comics, and they all take place within the original trilogies as far as the time frame goes.
And I don't have no idea why they would put that picture there.
Well, okay, it takes place within the already established canon.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with post Gears 3.
Well, yeah,
as far as I know, or any characters that could be in Gears 4. Or I mean, unless they have like some of the people from the comic in Gears 4 that are already in the comics. They're not starting a new story type thing with the comics.
Yeah. But I do think I do like the idea of now that you collect, you don't just get an achievement for it, you get something else. You get a little more now. Like, because in previous games we got like, Gears 1, it was just cog tags, that's it. You got an achievement. 2, we got collectibles. So we actually got little descriptions, little story bits from each of them. 3, same thing.
We got mutators as well. No.
Then Judgment was just cog tags, but with a little description of who it was that dropped the cog tag and where they were. I think this is like a progression to that. Now you get full comics.
Yeah, and the best part is that you don't have to leave the game to read the comics. It's in the game. Destiny.
Oh, that's cool.
There is in the extra section, like on main menu, there's an extra section, and in that section it's like there's a couple different features, and then there's your comic section where you can read your comics.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, so much better. I don't know why Destiny doesn't do that. Just a little off topic, but and another big thing, we got 2 almost little issues. One from Chaps, one from Sid. First one I'll do for Chaps is the Chaps gas station. There's no apostrophe. There's no possessive thing. And it ruins the entire thing.
Yeah, whoever did the cutscenes, they got it right. The cutscene looks good. In-game now.
No, they don't have it.
Little apostrophe.
Yeah. That's the reason why the locusts exist, too.
Yeah, Schwartz clarifies that in that thread.
Yep. And then the other one, Sid made a thread about this on the forums. Franklin and his model is not the same as Gears 1. It's more akin to Gears 2. And I think it's a good thing because, I mean, it's how most people probably remember him. I'm not sure.
Well,
and maybe if he had maybe if he had the hat and then like the goggles and stuff like that.
Well, the thing is, like, he only appeared like at the opening in the speech cutscene for like 5 seconds. They didn't even show his face. The only time people remember him is from the behind the scenes, which isn't even canon. Like behind the scenes part, it isn't even canon. So, like, I don't know. I like the idea. I kind of wished it was the original one. I'll give it to you that the Gears 2 model looks a billion times better.
Oh yeah.
And if they had that model originally in Gears, like the first game, and that's how he looked in the first game, I have no problem with any of this. But because he looked differently, like he looked a little bit younger in the first game, like he had the goggles, he had his hair back and all that kind of stuff. And then it felt like the character progression where like as times got worse, he ended up like having to put like the body armor on, and he got like more rugged because he in the first game he doesn't have a scar on his face. In the second, he's got this large scar that goes down his face. Like that's progression of the character. But now, because of taking away his first model and just putting in the second one, he's got no progression. Like nothing's changed between then and now. I just kind of feel that like kind of takes away a little bit from the character because we don't see him at all, pretty much. So what little he had is now gone. But then again, like most people are okay with that fact. But I'm just like, I'm like super on that canon stuff. So this is my issue to bear.
That's my issue. Yeah.
See if I can get that fan out of the shot a little bit. So it's
fine
that whole time.
Alright, well, now let's go to future Gears 4 multiplayer and what we think.
So, did you guys cover all of the
No.
the campaign stuff?
We basically did campaign since you and Sshow weren't here. No? What
You
else?
missed the most important thing that came out.
What?
Sid has a couple other things.
You missed the chopper crash scene. You missed the redesign
How
of
was-
Rom.
Dude,
No, that's
are we
this
gonna-
section.
Okay,
There's-
you want me to show it?
Well,
wanna
that's
show the
this
video?
section.
I think we could.
Look at
Yeah,
this,
I
look.
think showing it would be pretty cool.
Dodger is ruining the stream again.
Okay, hold on.
Confirm.
Let's see if it, well, all three of you are gonna have to mute your mics because